I'd like to call to order the Dearborn Public Schools Board of Education meeting of January 12, 2015. Can we have a roll call, please?
Miriam Bazzi.
Here.
Joseph Guido.
Here.
Mary Lane here. Roxanne McDonald.
Here.
Michael Mead.
Here.
Mary Petchlikoff.
Here.
Amy Schellis.
Here. Next item.
Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Ms. Rita Rauch, principal of Nolan Elementary School, will introduce students who will lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, President Scholl, Superintendent Whiston, members of the board. It is with great pleasure that I come and I introduce you to Nolan School. Two of the things that we celebrate at Nolan are diversity and our families. And so I will introduce you to Daniel and Jackson Zagon. Come on up, boys. Asma Shirian. And Callum and Margaret Karskadian. These are just a few of the many fine boys and girls at Nolan.
Please rise.
Asma, can you see?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Students, if you could stay right here, we got a little certificate for you.
Thank you so much. What a great job. Callum?
Good job.
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Jackson? Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Daniel? Thank you so much. Margaret?
President Schultz, we have to do a little bit of a change.
We have to.
Asma Shirian.
Okay, hi, Asma. I'm sorry, we'll have to send you a certificate.
We'll get you a certificate.
We'll get that for you, okay?
He's signing that for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we want to thank the parents for being here as well.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Come on, boys and girls.
Great job.
Before we move on in the agenda, I just wanted to take a minute to welcome our new school board members. We have Trustee Bazzi, we have Trustee Mead, and Trustee Petlichkoff. And we have elected new officers in the meeting that happened just prior to this. So I am Amy Schellis. I'll be serving as president this year. Trustee Roxanne McDonald will be serving as vice president. Trustee Mary Lane will be serving as secretary, and Trustee Miriam Bazzi will be serving as treasurer. Next item.
Superintendent's update. Agenda items.
Two items. First, you'll see on the retirement list, Linda McCarty, who has 28 and a half years with the media department, is retiring. And also that we've added an executive session to discuss real estate matters at the conclusion of this board meeting. And non-agenda items, the legislature, as part of the road deal, has scheduled a May 5th election where the proposal is to raise the sales tax from 6 cents to 7 cents, repeal the sales and tax on motor fuels, and restrict the use of school aid fund dollars to preclude universities and private colleges. So we'll fund just K-12 and the community colleges, and also provide for school funding study. If this were to pass, education schools K-12 would receive an additional $300 million a year annually, and $232 million that's currently spent on other things would be brought back to the school aid fund. So that would net out about a $300 per pupil increase for schools. So there will be more information on that before the May 5th election. Secondly, you may have heard recently that the Department of Education has eliminated the ACT test and replaced it with the SAT test. We have no idea what this means because colleges in this area have been accepting ACT, and so we'll have to wait and see what this means. And once we give the SAT this year, it's supposed to be redesigned for future years. So once again, we have changing testing.
I was shocked to see that they're changing the testing again. I mean,
Such a surprise.
It's not something that we do every year here.
Right.
Nothing like consistency in results.
And then finally, revenue estimating conference is being done by the governor this Friday. It's expected to find out that we're about $162 million short to fund the current school year, but it's expected they'll find that revenue without cutting schools. But stay tuned for the revenue estimating conference this Friday between the governor and the legislature, and we'll keep you informed on how that impacts us. That's all my agenda and non-agenda items.
Trustee Lane?
Superintendent Wisden, when I heard the news about the SAT, I mean, I was pretty annoyed because it seems like we're constantly changing the test. So I just wonder how much will the SAT align? How much does it align with what's already been taught to the students? Is there a big difference? I'm assuming that it's going to affect test scores negatively. I mean, it will probably for every district in the state, but do you know how much of a difference between?
In the press release issued by the state superintendent, he claims that the SAT is actually more aligned, but we haven't had that test, and I'm not sure how you can really say that when they've already announced there's going to be a new test, 2 years from now. So I don't know how we could say it's aligned or not when we don't know exactly what the test will look like.
Well, it's a new testing and a new grading scale.
Right. It's a different type of test, different type of grading scale. So as always, when you have a new test and you're not sure about the alignment, we do expect the scores to go down. And the major concern is if colleges don't accept the SAT, then students have to take the SAT, and we will be judged on our performance based on the SAT, but it won't have any meaning to the kids who are graduating because they'll have to go and pay and take the ACT on their own. So we're hoping this all gets worked out in a positive way.
Trustee Petlicoff?
One of the things I did notice in the press release was that the state stated that they would fund some for prepping the students with the change of the SATs from the ACTs because they were paying for that prep work as well. So maybe it won't be quite as dire as what they're making up, but my understanding is that then the SAT is going to be changing again, so
right.
Who knows where it's going to land.
We'll keep you posted.
Excellent. Next item.
Citizen participation. Citizens wishing to address the board on agenda and non-agenda items for action who are signed in by 7:10 p.m. by submitting a blue card to the secretary may speak at this time. The board may not be in a position to respond to non-agenda items. Therefore, speakers should not anticipate an immediate response to their comments or questions for the benefit of all concerned. Do not mention the names of students or school district employees. Please keep your comments as brief as possible. The board president reserves the right to limit times. This is from Mr. Alex Homayed of Dearborn, who wishes to speak to the board about Fordson High School on the Mackinac Center report, which looks like it is a non-agenda item.
I'm just here as a proud parent of Fordson High School. I received this from my son. He gave it to me the other day. It was in your Dearborn school life. I'm just a very proud parent. I was just wondering, the Mackinac Center, is this something that we recognize?
Absolutely. We celebrate it.
Okay. And that Fordson was ranked number 13 in the state for their, I mean, I had a little bit of, I tried to research it a little bit more to see what it meant, and I'm just wondering, what does that mean? That's, if you guys can explain that to me, I would love to.
Yep, I don't have it in front of me, so I'll have to get it, but so I'm not exactly sure on how they rated the schools, but they rated all three of our high schools relatively high. We did put that in board brief, so I will have to do a board report next meeting. I just don't remember how Mackinac Center, what criteria they use.
Yeah, I mean, I had
the Mackinac Center is a conservative think tank that does a lot of things, but judges schools, rates schools as one of their items. It tends to be on the more Republican conservative side. But again, they did rate our three high schools.
Which makes it that much more impressive.
Yeah, no, I was, I wanted to read a little bit if I can, if you don't mind. I was just, it said Fordson outperformed other high schools such as Frankenmuth, Farmington, schools affiliated districts in the rank among the top performing schools in the state. Michigan was ranked number 13 among the district-run schools. This does not include charter schools, showing the schools were outperforming other schools when their students' social economic issues and factors are in. And then you go down to the, it says a high school CAP score indicates how far above or below the projection of high schools performed given in a student's population, social economic status, with 100 set as the standard. It said Fortson's CAP score was a 95.90, an A grade, and then it said the Dearborn High was an 87 with a 86.95 B grade, and Etzel Ford was a C grade. So, you know, I just, like I said, I would like to thank the principal, the staff, and especially the students. I think they're doing a great job, and I'm very proud of them. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you so
And
much.
the
Congratulations to all the new members on
And
the
the
board.
students.
And the parents,
The
too.
parents and the students are working really hard. It's great when we have things like that to celebrate, so thank you for taking the time to come here to talk about this. You're welcome. Next item.
Approval of minutes of the following Dearborn Board of Education meetings. Special meeting, closed expulsion, December 8th, 2014, Board Report 1472, and regular P12 Board meeting, December 8th, 2014, Board Report 1473. Recommended action, make any necessary corrections and move approval of these minutes.
So moved.
Support?
Second.
Any discussion? Any corrections, comments? Hearing none. Unanimous affirmative vote attaches. Next item.
Recognition and acknowledgements, a gavel presentation.
Well, we had to ask Trustee Barry to come back today, so I'd like to ask him to the podium. It is tradition in the Dearborn schools that when a past president, or when a president finishes his term as president, that he receive a gavel so that he won't forget us. And we didn't get this opportunity before Trustee Barry left, so I wanted to take this time to recognize and thank him, because he did a fabulous job as president.
Thank you, thank you.
And made me very proud to serve with him. So this is for you to remember us, not to use it on us.
I won't need this, I won't forget you guys. It was a great experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for returning to for us to do this. It's important to recognize the service that people give, especially to this board. And 5 years on the board is a long time to be away from your family and to commit to doing what's in the best interest of kids. So we appreciate the time and service that you provided and the leadership. Thank you.
Mr. Barry's probably welcome to stay for the entire meeting.
Yeah.
If he would like.
He's got a dinner
He's got
companion.
an excuse.
Next item.
Board appreciation.
So we're going to start off accommodations tonight with a special accommodation for our school board members. January is School Board Appreciation Month. This gives us a chance to thank our school board members for serving the children, parents, and staff of the Dearborn schools. School board members in Dearborn develop policies and make tough decisions that help shape the future of our school system. They bear the responsibility for a budget of over $170 million, over 19,600 students, and over 2,400 employees, with 34 buildings in the Dearborn Public Schools, in addition to the fact that you oversee the Henry Ford College. The Dearborn Board of Education Trustees are an outstanding group of professionals dedicated to providing a quality education to all of our children, always putting children first. And thank you for all you have done to help students succeed. At your seat tonight, you'll find a small token of appreciation from all of us to you. These two items are meant to be a reminder that a school board trustee must be prepared to do their job, to make tough decisions in both good and bad times. First, you have an umbrella there. This is to remind you that there will be times when it's dark clouds and overshadow.
That's bad luck.
That's right. Our district, whether it's funding issues from the state, students not performing as we would like, or some other controversial issue, a leader must be prepared to make those difficult decisions. Second, a pair of sunglasses. These are to remind you that your leadership allows this district to shine. Your decisions shape the delivery of our instruction in our classrooms and ensure public education remains the beacon of hope for everyone who enters our schools. You must always remember to celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of the school district because it's your leadership that drives that success. We value the expertise and experience and time of our veteran board members and look forward to the contribution, fresh ideas from our new board members. The new board members, you don't get appreciation every month. I just want to make sure you know that. Members of the Dearborn Board of Education have always brought a variety of professional expertise and practical experience to the job as school board members. We thank you for your service to our students. And of course, we want to thank Joe Guido for 21 years of service, Mary Lane 14, Amy Schellis for 14, Mary Petrikoff 4, and back on the board now, Roxanne McDonald for 3, and of course, Marion Bazzi, Dr. Mead, and Mary Petrikoff re-elected. So congratulations to all board members. Thank you for your willingness to serve and your dedication to the Dearborn community. So let's thank our board members. You also have a proclamation at your seat from the governor and also one from Wayne Risa celebrating your service. So thank you.
You don't even think about it, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but when you say 14 years, it's like, wow. 21 years, Joe.
Yeah.
See, now you
He can legally drink now.
so you can put your sunglasses on and then no one will know that you're not paying attention to
My
us.
youngest was 7. when I
Wow.
started. He's 28 now. So it's amazing. Yeah.
Time just flies. Thank you. That's very humbling, and I appreciate the words.
Thank all of you.
Next item.
Commendations. Tonight, reading the commendations will be Edsel Ford High School student Jamie Fries.
Thank you for being here this evening.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Good,
Thank
great.
you for having me. First is the district commendations. Commendations to the students in the Dearborn Track Club, who partnered with the Detroit Rescue Mission to donate and deliver holiday dinners to approximately 35 Dearborn area families in need. Commendations to the Secondary Honors Choir for their outstanding singing and 3 performances of the Nutcracker. They accompanied the Detroit Civic Orchestra and Taylor Ballet at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center. This is the 4th year they performed the Nutcracker. The Secondary Honors Choir members also sang the Max M. Fisher Atrium prior to the Detroit Symphony Orchestra's 2 Home for the Holidays concerts, as well as the City of Dearborn's tree lighting and sing-along in December. Congratulations to the following student athletes who have been selected to represent the 2014 Michigan High School Field Hockey Association's Division II All-State teams following their outstanding efforts on the fields of play. Amber Norwood, Dearborn High School. Rachel Conchell, Dearborn High School. Olivia LaPointe, Edsel Ford High School. Lexi Frank, Dearborn High School. And Zoe Planka, Edsel Ford High School. For Edsel Ford High School, commendations to the students at Edsel Ford for their efforts to collect more than 1,825 pounds of food for Gleaners Community Food Bank. Special thanks to teacher Tara Haddad for her work with the students coordinating this effort that will provide more than 1,500 meals for those in need. William Ford Elementary. Commendations to William Ford Elementary families who generously donated more than 900 canned goods and winter accessories for Zaman International to distribute to needy families. Ms. Hodgkinson's kindergarten class brought in the most donations with just under 100 items added to the school's annual giving fee. For Bryant Middle School, commendations to the Bryant student, Nadine Hamka, who was the grand prize winner in the Subway and Detroit Tigers Go to Bat for Respect anti-bullying poster contest for Michigan students ages 8 to 14. Nadine receives a $500 Subway cash card, and the school receives a $100,000 grant. Commendations to the Bryant Student Council and its facility sponsor, Liz McGee, for leading the school's effort to collect more than 2,000 canned goods that were donated to the food bank at Cherry Hill Church. Child Development Center and all-day preschool and kids club programs. Commendations to the Child Development Center and all-day preschool and kids club programs participating in the Henry Ford College Toys for Spot program this year. They received second place for most donations and kudos for the cutest donation box and collect sit display. This is a shining example of a great group effort between the college and the district. Stout and Salina Middle Schools, commendations to the players, coaches, and fans who participated in the Salina vs. Stout basketball game in December for their outstanding sportsmanship. It was very close, hotly contested game. Everyone in attendance demonstrated good sportsmanship and respect. This reflects positively on the students, staff, and parents and serves as a great example for all in our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Next item.
Acknowledgement of donations.
We do have 4. A donation of $250 has been offered to McCullough Unit School by the Two-Mouse family to be used for supplies for math night. A donation of $1,000 has been offered to Dearborn High School by the Dearborn Education Foundation to be used for technology. A donation of $2,879.70 has been offered to the district special ed program with U of M Dearborn to be used for technology in the classroom. And a donation of $1,850 has been offered to the district art department by the foundation to be used for the citywide art show. We thank the foundation and the Two-Mouse family. No other.
Next item.
Special reports, best practices, Mr. Brian Whiston, Mr. Samuel Barna.
So Sam Barna, I know, is here somewhere. There's Sam. So tonight, as part of the governor's budget, we have to pass a resolution to say we meet at least 7 of 9 of the best practices. We, in fact, meet 8 of the 9 best practices. The one we don't meet is schools of choice. So we do qualify. And Sam, if you could just quickly review those 8 items that we
absolutely
qualify for.
Well, good evening, and again, congratulations to the new trustees. Welcome. Again, wanted to go over the items of the best practices. Again, we actually meet 8 out of the 9 criteria, the first of which is ensuring that the district is a holder of the medical benefit plan, which we indeed are. In addition to that, the district has obtained competitive bids for non-instructional services. We indeed did do that for the current year, 14-15, which is transportation, specifically for special education transportation. In addition to that, C, the district offers online courses or blended learning opportunities to all eligible pupils and publish the syllabi pursuant to the section 22F. In addition, we have the district providing a link to the district's homepage for the Michigan School Data Portal, which obviously we do that. We've been doing that for several years now. Furthermore, E is providing teacher and administrator job performance as a significant factor in compensation determination, and so obviously we do that. F is the district's collective bargaining agreements do not include provisions contrary to the prohibited subjects of outlined in sections 15.3 of the 1947 PA 336 Act. Then there's G, the district implements a comprehensive guidance and counseling program, which we indeed do. And then finally, the district offers opportunities to complete 1 credit worth of non-English language learning experiences. So again, meeting 8 out of 9 criteria, and we've been performing this year after year, meeting all of the quote-unquote best practices criteria, which are handed down by the state. So, any questions?
Trustee Lane.
Yes.
I would just like to make a statement, and that is that these may be called best practices by the state, but they are not recognized by the education community as best practices. They're not even promising practices. They're simply favored by the political powers that be.
Yes.
And schools of choice is not a best practice. It's just a political ploy. We've complied with it because it's our policy to run our district as efficiently as possible. Those are things that we routinely try to make our practice, our routine practice, but they're not best practices. I'm glad we're doing it because we need the $50 that the state gives us or whatever it is from year to year, but it's definitely not a best practice.
Tell us how you really feel, Mary.
She's right.
But besides how I feel, I mean, there is no one in the education community that says being able, school of choice is not a factor in making education better in our community.
And those also change sometimes from year to year.
Yeah.
They change every year.
Right.
But we are.
That's exactly what we're doing.
But you'll pass a resolution tonight so we can get the money.
Yes,
and just for those that are
curious. The money is a best practice. Without money, we don't run.
For those that are curious, this represents approximately $1.1 million for us for the 14-15 school year. So, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Bond update, Mr. Brian Whiston, Mr. Sam Barna, Mr. Jeff Burrick.
As Jeff Burrick comes forward, we thought this would be a good opportunity since we have 3 new board members and we'll be spending a lot of money tonight and in future board meetings on the bond The voters approved a $76 million bond issue now a few years back, and it's a 3-year program for us to implement the bond. And the bond, there are 2 types of bonds, and the bond that we got passed by our voters requires us to stick with what we submitted to the state. So we can't change that plan. So we can't say, well, instead of doing this, we're going to do that. We have to stick with the plan that we submitted to the state. If we've done our job well and there's extra funds, then we can do like projects that were approved in the plan. So for example, tonight you're doing some furniture, you're doing buses. Those are all things we had submitted in the plan. But since we do have 3 new board members, I thought it'd be a good time to update the board where we're at on the bond projects. Mr. Burek?
Thank you, Superintendent Whiston. First, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everybody and welcome and congratulate our new board members. What I'd like to do is, first of all, again, start off with the 2014 miscellaneous summer program. We have completed all those projects. Those are the projects that were bid in the spring. We completed them this summer and fall. Some of the bigger projects were the Ed Support concession stand and renovating the Dearborn Heights Center. A lot of the smaller miscellaneous things. If you're watching the cable channel, we do have an update on that, so you can turn into channel, I think it's 19 on Comcast, thank you. And so you can kind of see some of the programs and projects that we've done. Presently at Gear Park, we have a temporary wall in place. The foundations are complete. We have masonry underway, and the steel was delivered last Friday for the erection of the steel and the structure of the building. William Ford, we have a water main tie-in that's complete. The existing water line was removed, and the building pad is complete, and foundations will begin on the 13th of this week. The Henry Ford addition, foundations are complete. The HVAC piping is complete, 50% complete inside the building. We did a lot of work over the Christmas vacation, so we're kind of getting a jump on the summer, so we want to try to, it's a lot of renovation inside, so we're trying to get a jump on that to get a head start on the summer project there. We've also started renovation on the pool. The masonry stairs and the elevator shaft will be complete this week, and steel will begin there on the 19th of this month. The Forts and Field House, we have 50% of the foundations complete. We have all the storm work complete there. Building foundations are 75% complete, and the masonry will begin this week. The Woodworth, Bryant, and River Oaks additions, those are the projects you have before you tonight, and those are the awards that have been submitted for the various trades, and construction will begin in mid-June of this year. The access control projects, where these are our access control cards, the hardware installation is to be completed by the 16th at all the schools except those under construction or future construction where we are building the security entranceways, and the programming should be complete by the end of this month. The furniture, you have that on the board tonight. The furniture bid was completed and looked at. The recommendations have been submitted for award, and the installation should be scheduled to be completed by the start of school in September. The roofing projects, we have those out for bid. They should be coming back on the 14th, and we will review those and be bringing those to the board shortly. The wireless network upgrade, all the switching networks have been upgraded for the entire district. Cabling and wireless access points, 20 schools have been wired, and all wire access points are functioning. We have 4 buildings that are currently being wired and 11 remaining to be rewired. The network security system, the hardware is in place. We have completed about 25% of the configuration and the migration process. The new service and backup systems, the contract was awarded this December, and we expect to begin the installation of the migration process towards the end of this month. The new network management system, we have to identify the products for the RFQ. A quick financial update, the current construction vendor contracts awarded and recommended is approximately $53 million so far. This includes the A&E costs, district purchases, equipment, as well as construction costs. The remaining budget to be awarded is approximately $17 million, and we still have a healthy contingency remaining of $6 million. One other thing I didn't mention, we do have the buses. We have 12 buses on the agenda for tonight, and that'll bring the total to 30. So the buses, the order will be complete. So we've done a lot of work in the past year.
We certainly want to thank the voters for doing this, and the schools like Deer Park, Henry Ford, William Ford, those all are supposed to be open and running by next school year.
Yes.
And River Oaks and Woodworth the following school year. So we're on time and on budget in all projects except really the swipe cards. We're about maybe a month or two behind on that one.
Right.
But other than that, all projects have been come in on time, either at or below budget.
Yes.
So we're in pretty good financial shape. And again, every time we get an opportunity, we want to thank the voters for giving us this opportunity.
It seems like they're really doing a great job with it's difficult to do some of these construction projects with schools in session. You know, Henry Ford is a tremendous amount of work to be done while 800 plus students are in that building, and it seems to be contained and working out well so far. So, and thanks to all of the citizens for putting up with the construction reroutes and stuff like that too. So.
And working during the winter.
Yeah.
I was really surprised when you said masonry, because it used to be you didn't do that stuff in the winter.
Well, they set up tents and heaters, and they're able to do some masonry work.
But it was really cold last week.
Yes.
It's tough.
Pretty amazing.
It's tough on the construction workers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the update.
Thank you.
Yes. Next item.
Action items, special consideration of an action item. Are there any agenda items on this agenda which board members or the superintendent wish to discuss and vote on separately? If there are, we'll exclude these from the motion below.
We need a roll call on 16 and 17. Are there any other items that you want pulled from the consent agenda? For the new board members, just in case you don't understand this process, what we do is we have a list of things that we want to vote on, and we do them in a consent agenda. If there's something that you have questions or you're not sure how you're going to vote on it, we can pull those specific items and vote on those separately, and then vote on the consent agenda at one time. So you can let me know if you want to discuss something, or if you want to have the item pulled where we would vote on it separately and have a roll call. None?
We do have some supplements as well.
We do.
You know, there's the appointments 19, 20, and 21. And then, yeah, I think we go up to
important.
21 right down.
Are they all HR items?
Yeah.
Are we still at 1 through 18?
No, 19, 20, and 21.
No, those I did not see.
They're behind the bills.
Yeah, we're just, there's several of us looking here.
And those are the adding of the 3 assistant principals we talked about.
Okay, thank you.
Important little details that we need.
Yeah, the families out here that kind of are hoping to get appointed in the next few minutes.
Okay.
Do you want to read the motion?
Okay, move that action items numbered 1 through 21 be approved as recommended in this agenda, with the exception of 16 and 17.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, please attach a unanimous affirmative vote. And we can read if you want to read the summary.
Okay. We have a new summary.
And then
Summary of agenda action items. Number 1, approval of warrants, which are items for payment by the district and have been reviewed by the administration. Number 2, approval of resolution for collection of taxes. Number 3, approval of resolution of best practices initiative. Number 4, approval of online subscription. Number 5, approval of technology change orders. Number 6, approval of furniture furnishings for Deer Park, River Oaks, Bryant, and Woodworth. 7, approval of furniture furnishings for Becker, Duval, Henry Ford, Howard, Long, McDonald, Nolan, Oakman, Snow, Whitmore Bowles, William Ford, McCullough, Eunice, Dearborn, and Michael Berry Career Center. Number 8, approval of purchase of school buses. Number 9, approval of stage curtains and fire alarm systems for Henry Ford, William Ford, and Deer Park. 10, approval of additions at Bryant, River Oaks, and Woodworth. 11 through 14, approval of non-instructional and instructional personnel items for P12. 15, approval of financial statement. 18, approval of donations. Supplement. Number 19, approval of appointment of Lori Assistant Principal. Number 20, approval of appointment of Woodworth Assistant Principal. Number 21, approval of appointment of Special Education Coordinator.
I do believe that Mary gave me a run for my money.
She got that all in one breath.
Excellent. Do you want to go back to the 3 appointments?
Yes,
think
I
those
would
are
like to
important.
have the following 3 people come up. Zara Zarek, who was appointed to Lori Assistant Principal. Is she here? Yeah, there she is. Congratulations.
Good evening. I just wanted to thank everyone for the wonderful opportunity, and you're truly investing in someone who's invested in this district. I'm very proud to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Then Faye Turfey has been appointed Assistant Principal at Woodworth.
Good evening, President Scholes and school board members. Congratulations to our new school board members and Superintendent Brian Winston. I am both honored and humbled to serve as Assistant Principal at Woodworth Middle School. Thank you.
And then finally, Tammy Fournier, who is a Special Education Coordinator at Howe. Tammy, thank you.
And thank you. I truly have valued my time spent as both a teacher of the cognitive impaired and as my time as a teacher consultant in the district, and I'm looking forward to this new role with our district. Thank you.
Congratulations. So congratulations to the 3 of you and your family members. And of course, the special thing is now you don't have to stay for the rest of the board meeting.
You know, I think it's great that when we appoint the best people for the job, but I think it's even more heartfelt when we appoint within the best people for the job. And I'm happy to see that these 3 appointments were all people who have been vested in our district for a while. So thank you. Okay, so we return to number 16.
Number 16, calling for executive session. Recommended action, move that an executive session be held on Monday, January 12th, 2015, immediately following the board meeting at the Administrative Service Center in the Superintendent's Conference Room. Purpose of the closed session is to discuss matters related to property per Section 8A of the Michigan Open Meetings. 8D. Sorry, 8D. Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Support?
Any discussion? Can we have a roll call, please?
Roll call. Bazey.
Here.
Guido.
Yes.
Lane, yes. McDonald.
Yes.
Mead.
Yes.
Petchlokoff.
Yes.
Scholas.
Yes. Next item.
Number 17, calling for a special session. Move that a special session be held on Monday, February 9th, 2015 at 6 p.m. in the Superintendent's Conference Room at the Administrative Service Center. Purpose of the closed meeting is to hear and or take action on a request from the Superintendent of Schools for student expulsion per Section 8B of the Michigan Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Bazey?
Yes.
Guido?
Yes.
Lane, yes. McDonald?
Yes.
Mead?
Yes.
Petchlokoff?
Yes.
Scholas.
Yes. Next item. You're doing great, Mary. I think we made the right choice.
Discussion item, 30-minute time limit. It looks like there are none of those. Acknowledgement of correspondence.
I don't think that I've received anything that I can think of off the top of my head. Next item.
Board of Education business, Board of Education committee and organization reports.
Well, with the start of the new school year, we have new committee appointments, so hope I made enough copies. Yeah. I kept printing on my printer, and I kept printing 8, and it kept printing 1. So I think I have enough. I did receive a couple of phone calls or requests asking for specific committees, so these are the committees that I put together. If you notice the last 2, the Education Foundation and the HFCC Foundation representative, I have left blank. These 2 are time consuming. One of them, I know for sure the HFC Foundation is a during the day time commitment. So if there is interest in anyone serving on these committees, please let me know. And after I find out who would like to serve on those committees, then we can make a decision on that. The star is or the asterisk is the chair of that committee, and I will serve as alternate on all of the committees. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm sure that they will start scheduling committee meetings probably tomorrow.
We'll give you a day.
Well, the Building and Site Committee, I'm assuming, is going to be
very busy.
Active this year, especially with all of the bond construction going on. So good times, good times. All right. Anyone else? Yes.
Are we moving on to the next
section?
Board member commentary? Or?
Well, I didn't know if there was anything else on committee or organization reports. Okay, next item.
Board member commentary.
Trustee Petlicoff.
Okay, I would just like to take this time to express my appreciation to be returning to the board for a second term. And I'd like to thank everybody in the community who supported and encouraged me to continue trying. It was a disappointment when I lost, and I'm happy to be back. I look forward to working with everyone again. I know we're going to be having a lot of challenges to deal with, but we're also going to have a lot of rewards in the years to come from serving the community, and I appreciate being here to work alongside everyone. So that's all I wanted to say.
Any other commentary?
Please.
Trustee Bazzi?
Thank you. I'd also like an opportunity to thank everybody who supported me throughout this entire process, and I'm so excited to be working with the school board, with all the members here, as well as the superintendent and the president of the college and all the other people who've been involved in the school district, as well as the parents, the PTA, the union members, everyone. I think this is a absolutely wonderful district, and I know that we are going to continue to do great things. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Is this moving fast enough for you, Joe? I'm trying.
Yeah, we have 45 minutes before.
Okay,
starts, so
next
good.
item.
Well, you want me to start commenting on things?
Don't encourage, no.
Yeah, I know. Next item.
Request for information and or future agenda items.
Just so the new board members know, you can do it during this time, or you can get with the president or I at any time, and we'll schedule any future agenda items that you would like.
And this can also be just informational, you know, if there's some specific information that you'd like to know, or if you would like something, a report on something. As you see in our board meeting, we do, like we had the report on the bonds tonight. So if there's a particular program or something that you have interest in that you would like to share with the rest of the board and with the community, we always can, you know, take requests for what programs get put on the agenda. Trustee Guido.
I just wanted to mention, Mary's sure already aware of it, but we do a lot of small group meetings with the superintendent and the college president that are very productive. So I would encourage the new board members to attend either the breakfast or dinner or whatever meetings we have with usually 3 board members, and take advantage of that, because that's where we really get some serious work done, I think, and discussion. So whatever you can spare the time, that's a good thing to do.
And I promise, while you're on overload right now, especially when you get a board packet that's this big, just think about it. When Joe and I first started, our board packets were this big.
And I used to read everything. I didn't know any better.
Yeah, and I was going to say, how much do you read now, Joe?
It's like learning how to study.
Trustee Lane.
I used to read all the ones from the schools, the flyer, everything. I'd sit there for hours.
You still do read the flyers from the schools?
I do. That's one thing I still do read. But
so it's just Brian's notes that you don't.
Brian's stuff I know. But actually, when Dr. Hughes was there, he used to write volumes. Remember?
Yes, that's why I said our board packets were.
Well, you all know I'm short. Yeah,
very short.
Yeah.
But, and if you see something in the agenda that you're not sure about, you don't have to wait till the meeting. If you do have questions, you can call Brian or myself, either one, or Dr. Jensen to ask those questions. You don't have to wait for the meeting if you have questions about something. You're more than welcome to wait till the meeting. But anyway, Trustee Lane?
I'm pretty busy these days, and I don't get to as many events as I'd like to. I used to try to make as many events as I could. And I think as a board, we should try to do that. It really keeps us up to date on events. It gives people a chance to run into us. And every time I go someplace, somebody stops me and comments on something or another. And it really makes us a lot better informed about the district or issues that are percolating up. So that being said, I'd like to encourage everybody to try to coordinate a little bit. I think we should try to have board representation at as many events. And I know that I will miss past President Berry because he attended a ton of events. Trustee McDonald goes to lots also. And we're lucky because we're spread pretty much all over the place, so we can cover a lot of things. But it makes a difference to parents, kids. A lot of times when I've been in schools, kids say, "Oh, I've seen you on TV," and you know, it's great to get those comments. So I'd like to encourage everyone. That being said, as an introduction, we have two graduations coming up: the adult ed and
Magnet.
And the magnet, right? So I know that I think
I said I would go.
Somebody is. So do we have both of those covered? Those are great.
I will go to both of them as well.
Yeah, I'm going to both of them too.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Trustee Petlicoff.
Trustee Lane reminded me of something when she talked about running into people that might make a report. I don't know how recently you've had this conversation. I ran into somebody at Myers last week who we had a lengthy conversation about the 5-year college programs that we have to offer. She actually didn't seem to be real receptive to it to some extent. She thought that it limited students from their high school experience because of it. I explained that it was pretty selective when we directed students in that direction. But that being said, I know that we're growing those programs and we continue to look at other opportunities, as well as we now have President Obama talking about paying for community college down the road. Maybe in the near future we should update where we stand with the 5-year programs and beyond, so that parents have a better feel for
working on a marketing plan, so that parents are more aware of all of the opportunities that we have for secondary education. So.
Very good.
Trustee Lane?
Trustee Petlicoff is right. I mean, you don't want to get stuck at Meyer with frozen foods in your basket because you can get into a long discussion. And on the Obama stuff, the Obama proposal, I was really proud that I could think to myself, yeah, we got that. It's really nice. And that's thanks to President Jensen and Superintendent Whiston, and it's a great value for our district, our students, our families. But I would like also, if we could have a presentation. We are the first district in Michigan this year to award a seal of biliteracy. So if we could have numbers on that. Dr. Schenkman's already shaking her head. She knew where I was going with this. At the end of the year, when we know how many students will have achieved that as well.
And we also have the medal and the seal that will be on the diploma in my office if anybody wants to see it.
Just one thing with the Obama program, if that is put into law, we're still looking at 5 years down the road at least. So we are way ahead of the curve as usual in a lot of things that we do for our students.
Excellent. Next item.
Personal superintendent's reports, personal commentary.
None and no other.
Next item.
Future meeting dates: Tuesday, January 20th, 2015, HFC meeting, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Andrew Mazzara Services and Conference Center in the Rosenau Boardroom, Henry Ford College. Darn it. So
now you know how I feel.
Friday, January 23rd, 2015, P12 Board Retreat, 5 p.m., Administrative Service Center in the Superintendent's Conference Room. Saturday, January 24th, 2015, HFC Board of Trustees Retreat, 8 a.m. at the Andrew Mazzara Services and Conference Center in the Rosenau Boardroom, Henry Ford College. Monday, February 9th, 2015, P12 Board of Education meeting, 7 p.m. at the Administrative Service Center in the Frank Franchi Boardroom.
And actually, we start,
And
because of tonight, we added the 6 o'clock meeting on that night.
Yes, and we have a meeting immediately following this board meeting.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you so much.